found a song that you're gonna like.
Oh,
La Guerra di Piero
la Guerra Di Piero.
by Fabrizio De André, 1966 with subtitle. La Guerra di Piero is an Italian pacifist song par excellence. It was published in 1964 and became successful only 5 years later. In conjunction with the 1968 protest movement, it was inspired by the story of Francisco, Fabrizio's uncle, who was in a concentration camp survivor.
Oui? How? Why?
The song is about Piero, a soldier at the front that, when finding himself facing the enemy, hesitates to shoot because he sees himself in the other soldier. The song underlines the fact that most of the time, soldiers don't kill each other due to hate or cruelty, but only in order to survive. They don't want the war, they are sent to war. As Piero survived the conflict, as he shot the enemy in the end, let's analyze the lyrics together.
Let's go.
We're not gonna analyze the lyrics, we're gonna listen to the song instead.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
Dormi sepolto in un campo di grano, non è la rosa, non è il tulipano che ti fan veglia dall'ombra dei fossi, ma sono 1000 papaveri rossi. Lungo le sponde del mio torrente voglio che scendano i luci argentati.
1,000 blood puppies. It's like those flowers that bloom when you bury someone and there's the
A rating.
yeah, right? It's on the like a flower
Yeah.
for the when people passed away, right?
Non più i cadaveri dei soldati portati in braccio dalla corrente.
Oh,
Così dicevi ed era d'inverno e come gli altri verso l'inferno te ne vai
so
triste.
is he describing like the soldiers that like literally are in the water running because they cannot catch the soldier, they are literally like dying and in the water and like the current take them away or something?
Yeah, thing like that. Or they got buried by snow.
Because it's such, you think about how life is cruel when he cannot even bury you because they cannot find your body or they cannot even like reach you because there's too many body in a
No
way.
what? No
right?
coffin, no nothing.
Yeah.
Come chi deve, il vento ti sputa in faccia la neve. Fermati Piero, fermati adesso, lascia che il vento ti passi un po' addosso, dei morti in battaglia ti porti la voce, chi diede la vita ebbe in cambio una croce. Ma tu non lo udisti e il tempo passava, con le stagioni a passo di Giava, ed arrivasti a passar la frontiera in un bel giorno di primavera. E mentre marciavi con l'anima in spalle, vedesti un uomo in fondo alla valle, che aveva il tuo stesso identico umore, ma la divisa di un altro colore.
Oh. That's this. Don't tell me that his state to kill a person, so the soldier kill him instead.
Ah.
Maybe because the different uniform mean that they are not from the same country, like in the story, right?
That's probably true, actually.
I mean, it's inspired by his uncle, but we don't know if like it's actually what happened, like in detail, or it's just like using his own experience.
Yeah.
But
Sparagli Piero, sparagli ora, e dopo un colpo sparagli ancora, fino a che tu non lo vedrai esangue, cadere in terra a coprire il suo sangue. E se gli sparo in fronte o nel cuore, soltanto il tempo avrà per morire, ma il tempo a me resterà per vedere gli occhi di un uomo che muore. E mentre gli usi questa premura, quello si volta, ti vede a paura, ed imbracciata l'artiglieria non ti ricambia la cortesia. Cadesti a terra senza un lamento e ti accorgesti in un solo momento che il tempo non ti sarebbe bastato a chieder perdono per ogni peccato. Cadesti a terra senza un lamento e ti accorgesti in un solo momento che la tua vita finiva quel giorno e non ci sarebbe stato ritorno. Ninetta mia, crepare di maggio, ci vuole tanto, troppo coraggio. Ninetta bella, dritto all'inferno, avrei preferito andarci in inverno.
Oh,
E mentre il grano ti stava a sentire,
boy. They make a metaphor about the season, right?
Yeah, what is the Nainita?
I think it's the name of a woman, but he die in May, and I prefer to die in winter.
The body can be
Maybe it's
below.
sadder in winter, so it fit more like you're dead. Maybe it's referred to like the cycle of the life or cycle of a year, where you're more sad during winter in general or something. Maybe it's related to something like this, because he compared the season, right? And there's a piece by Vivaldi called Four Seasons that also talk about these kind of topics. So maybe he would have preferred to die in winter. So there must be a meaning to that.
e mentre il grano ti stava a sentire, dentro alle mani stringevi il fucile, dentro alla bocca stringevi parole, troppo gelate per sciogliersi al sole. Dormi sepolto in un campo di grano, non è la rosa, non è il tulipano che ti fan veglia dall'ombra dei fossi, ma sono 1000 papaveri rossi.
It was quite sad because like usually the one who always go to the front first is always the lower soldier, thing like that, and then they always take the order. Sometimes, like for example, if you work in the border, right? You talk to your friend from the other side every day, from the other country every day. You just have this far from each other. You eat together, you share food together. Then one day the country said, "Oh, we have to fight." So it's gonna be so difficult for you, that means you have to kill each other.
Well, you saw it happening between Russia and Ukraine, right? Because historically they are basically connected. A lot of soldiers they went from Russia to Ukraine and they surrendered because they didn't want to kill Ukrainian. So it's what you're saying is true, and we see it's not story that we hear a lot about. Is that people go to war and we don't hear a story about the soldiers that decide to do the right thing, because it's not popular to talk about these stories because they are more like popular story, right? Instead, they will tell you a story about a sniper that was able to kill 50 people or something like this. They will tell you stories that are like dramatic for the media, but the story of people that said, no, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
I cannot do this. Because a lot of soldiers are forced to go fight for their country. It's not like they have a
Yeah.
choice. So some people decide to do the right thing. You don't hear about them.
Yeah.
But
oh no, I mean if they decide to not kill them, I mean they are terrorists to their country.
traitor.
By the traitors.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
by
I
the
know.
law, thing like that, you can get arrested.
Well, so basically they cannot go back to their country. I mean, depending maybe in the future, but I know what you mean. In the story, it feel like he hesitated and it cost him his life, from what I understand, right?
Yeah, look like that.
But Italian have a way to tell the story that is quite like very, very poetic and intriguing like this.
Yeah.
It was very visual. It was very interesting. It kind of described a scene of a movie almost. Well, thank you for the amazing suggestion. If there's more like this, please tell us in the comment below. Yes, and see you very soon.